Welcome back to Rowrah for the Cool FAB British Minibikes Championship. It's the MInimoto Pro Class up next, and the young man that swept all before him last time joins me. It's Johnny Garnes. So 3 races last time, 3 wins. It's given you a commanding championship lead. Just talk us through that weekend from your point of view. Tattershall, track you like?
Yeah, it's actually really good, but in some parts of the track it's quite bumpy and some people struggle on that. But in the championship, I'm first and Mason second, and there's only 28 points in between us.
But it's a decent championship lead, I guess, 28 points. Rowrah this weekend, what do you think of this track? I know now last year you came here at the final round looking to win the championship, and the night before racing, some people watching this programme might remember that you were the young man that were messing around in the paddock and you broke your arm. You were unable to race at that final round. So I know before that round you came up here for a weekend to test. Is that really all you've done here?
Yeah, I did do a bit of Friday practice, but then in the evening I went off messing with my mates and then I broke my arm.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all you've done here. So what do you make of the circuit from what you've done so far today?
Well, yeah, it's actually really good. The conditions are nice and sunny. Well, not really, but it's dry. But you expect Rowrah to be really rainy, but it's quite dry, and yeah.
Yeah, it was raining last week, that's for sure. Who do you want to thank for your wins last time?
My dad, my mum, all my family, and my sponsors.
Okay, well, good luck today.
Thank you.
That's Johnny Garnes, the championship leader in the MInimoto Pro Class. That race coming up right now. Here are the grid positions. Mason Foster, second in the championship, goes off pole. 6 podiums, 2 wins. Sullivan Moutsey goes off P2. 5 podiums this year. Going off P3, it's Troy Jeffrey with 4 podiums and 1 race win. Off P4, it's the championship leader, Johnny Garnes. 6 race wins, 2 podiums for the championship leader. Carl Payne comes next. He's going off P5. The 10-year-old from Thatcham rides the 25 bike. Riding the 41 bike, it's Luca Hopkins, the 9-year-old from York. Then comes Ethan Sparks off P7, 7 years of age for the man from Maidstone. Then Harrison Desoy riding the 55 bike, 12 years of age. Then comes James Rose Jr., 1 podium to his name so far this year. Then comes Harrison McKay, the 9-year-old from Lincoln. He goes off P10. Off P11, it's Taylor Stewart Campbell riding the 97 bike. He's 8 years of age from Wokingham. Then comes Chopper Harris riding the 66 bike, 10 years of age from Oxfordshire. Off P13, it's Ben Jolliffe, the 10-year-old from Portland. He rides the 125 bike. Sandy Horn makes her comeback to the championship. But this round, the Scottish man, he's down the grid though in P14, I have to say out of position. Clayton Edmonds comes next, the 8-year-old. Then Jamie Woodcock goes off P16, riding the 17 bike. Off P17, it's Alessandro Valenti riding the 82 bike. Off P18, Jada Howe riding the 50 bike, the 11-year-old from Ipswich. And rounding out the grid, 19 riders in it. Kobe Perry making his first appearance in the championship. Jake, we're off.
What a terrific start. This is going to be a magnificent tussle and straight into the lead. No problems at all for Mason Foster, who launches himself forward and gets the bike into the lead early doors. So an absolutely terrific start for Foster. I'm not entirely sure why they've got Greg Marshall as in first position on the timing screens.
Yeah, forget that. That's wrong. That's incorrect. As things stand, it'll probably correct itself at the end of this lap.
Garnes, very late for Iredale's in there behind Mason Foster, trying to get one on the way out of the turn. And that's a nice little bit of battling with the number 19 there as he continues his way forward. So good to see him in the championship. But now Mason Foster trying to get clear.
Yeah, 9 races this season, Jake, so far. Garnes has won 6 of them, and that's why he's the championship leader. Foster's won a couple. Troy Jeffrey won the other one.
Keep an eye on Sullivan Moutsey as well, because, oh, that's a big off! That is Johnny Garnes, the championship leader, out on the final corner.
Oh, that
devastating.
Is huge. That is huge for the championship. Mason Foster, who's second in the championship, now leads it, and he's got a comfortable lead. And Garnes has tumbled all the way down the field. Now, let's see.
He's outside the top 16. That's for Devon. Oh, we got another off. Now that's down at McRae's. That is the 55 of Harrison Desoy. So Desoy has gone down. So he's going to get going again. I can tell you that Garnes has restarted the bike and he's back into the mix now. Well, he's got to try and fight his way back into the points and try and salvage as much from this first race of the weekend as possible.
Yeah, we've only got available to us the top 16 on the graphic. We can't get any more than that, unfortunately, for some reason. So looking at Garnes then, he's not in that top 16, Jake, is he? He's well down the field.
I was going to say.
And this is massive for the championship. If you don't come in the top 50, you don't score any points, but he has got it going. He'll try and recover as many points as he can.
Just as I was about to say, Sullivan Mountsie, keep an eye on him there in third place. He's now to second, of course, because Garnes had dropped the bike on the final turn. Now, Desoy has lost the places. You can see there, he's tumbled outside the top 15, but he is currently... No, I want to say he's in 16th place because that's where he's dropped to, but it might now be Garnes, actually, who's going to come across the line. So we'll have to see how much progress he's made. Oh, no, Garnes is in 12th. So Garnes is in the points again. He's working his way through the field. Now, I don't know whether Desoy has got the bike going again. We'll have to double check.
Just mentioned for Ethan Sparks as well, Jake, in 5th place. Best performance of the season so far for Ethan. Nice to see it. He's come through the little left kink there. There's a big hump in the track there. You can't see it from the drone. Brings you down to St John's, the right-hander. The left-hander here is Sunny Bend. This is Paddock Bend, the final turn on the track. It's a big, big sweeping turn. Get the power down halfway through the turn, that's for sure.
So Foster in first. Jeffrey has now got himself at a second place, by the way. He's got past Mountsie. So Jeffrey left that one very late on the previous lap into second place. Is that Sparks making the bid to go for Kyle Payne? Or is that a little bit further back?
Luca Hopkins, that is.
Oh, sorry, that is Hopkins. You're right. And he is trying to make the move. So Hopkins on Ethan Sparks, but Sparks defending beautifully there at McRae's, not letting Luca Hopkins come through. And this is a good moment for Ethan Sparks, a bit of a coming-of-age weekend if he can keep this together. He went very deep into the Stewart hairpin, but did a very good job to save it.
You can see how beautiful this countryside is here from the drone, can't you, in Cumbria? If you're watching from around the world and you're coming to the UK sometime soon, and that is at Garnes looking for another move, can't quite get it done.
Yeah, he's trying to go for Harrison McKay, so he's made his way up to 9th place. Look at these two, Jeffrey and Mountsie, squabbling away for second position as they ride for the victory, trying to catch up with Foster, but Jeffrey has definitely given Sullivan Mountsie something to do here. Now, Johnny Garnes needs to realistically get himself into the top 6 as they go through Iredale's. Jeffrey versus Mountsie, still mounting up. Oh, that's Ronnie Harris from the points. Ronnie Harris, unfortunately, looks as though that's mechanical rather than an accident. So
he was around about 12th place, I think, Jake.
Yes, he was.
So he was scoring some points. It doesn't look like he's going to be scoring any points now. I was saying earlier on, if you are coming to the UK and watching this from around the world, make sure you come to Cumbria and check out the Lake District, which is pretty much where we are in amongst it here. It is absolutely stunning.
Beautiful. You could write several thousand novels from the side of Windermere, couldn't you? It's absolutely amazing, this part of England. Anyway, the battle between Jeffrey and Mountsie still mounting a pace. That's Sparks and Hopkins still going at it, hammer and tongs. That is Garnes. So Garnes is up to 7th. He's got past James Rose, and then it's Mackay, Phillips and Taylor Stewart Campbell. Look at the way they go through the traffic, Jeffrey and Mountsie. Really close battle between these two, and they are going through it together.
Jeffrey has taken 1 race win this year. Mason Foster's taken 2. This is going to be his 3rd. Johnny Garnes, the only other race win, of course, taken the other 6 races of the 9 so far. But the championship lead is going to be cut here because Foster's going to score 25 points. How many points is Johnny Garnes going to score? Well, whatever it is, it's going to cut into his championship lead. Yeah,
at the moment, Garnes is 7th. That's going to be good for 9 points, I think it is. So if he can get past Hopkins, he'll get 10, but it's definitely looking like Foster's going to make a gain of at least 15 points on Johnny Garnes from this first race. Look at Jeffrey and Mountsie, still absolutely together. Both of these guys deserve second place. That's the real difficulty because they're both racing as hard as each other, but it's going to be a mano-a-mano duo battle between these two to figure out who's going to get there, and with 2 laps to go, so they're running out of time. Carl Payne is 4th from Sparks, Hopkins and Garnes, who is going through the field like wildfire, and if Garnes can make the top 6, well, that's damage limitation.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. That's what he's had to do, get back on the bike, and he knows he's highly experienced now. Johnny Garnes knows he's just got to recover as many points as he can, and if 7th is the best you can get, then get 7th. Don't have a tantrum, stand around jumping up and down, don't get on the bike, cost yourself 5 or 10 seconds, and then end up coming 8th or 9th, because those points, as few as they are, could cost you the championship at the end of the season, last lap.
Very true. There's only, of course, 2 Raw races to come in the weekend, so even if he doesn't win this one, he can come back and win the other 2 and get his championship back on form as the leaders continue to battle 2nd place and 3rd place. Mason Foster still well clear, but Jeffrey and Mounsey still squabbling over 2nd and 3rd places as they continue to run their way through. Mounsey trying every trick in the book to overtake Jeffrey, but he's running out of time. There's your leader though, Mason Foster, looking very comfortable, very smooth, out in the lead of the race here. Since he took that lead, he's just controlled his pace. He's never looked out of sorts, and he's going to make this look oh so sweet in the final turn. There he goes, Mason Foster absolutely in control, and that's a beautiful victory for Mason Foster. Well ridden in this one. And out of the final turn, who's going to get 2nd? It's Jeffrey, just in front of Mounsey. That was a tight run to the flag. Kyle Payne should be able to hang on to 4th position. He does so as he comes across the line now. But Ethan Sparks has just got a throw in front of Luca Hopkins. Johnny Garnes, championship leader coming into this round, is 7th.
16-point swing, I think that is, towards Mason Foster. So at the moment, as things stand, 2 races to come on the Sunday. We'll see shortly how that panned out, but at the moment, Mason Foster has just cut Johnny Garnes's lead by 16 points after Garnes's crash earlier in the race.
And what a controlled ride it was from Mason Foster too. Really impressive performance here at Rowrah as the rest of the field comes through with the points all sorted. Mason Foster takes the victory from Troy Jeffrey and Sullivan Mounsey, with Kyle Payne and Ethan Sparks in the top 5. Johnny Garnes only 7th in that first race, but of course he was able to bounce back and get the 2nd and 3rd races of the weekend. So damage limitation it was indeed for Johnny Garnes. He has a 249-point tally, with Mason Foster a few points back. Mounsey, Jeffrey and Payne are leading the charge to catch them. It's been incredible racing here at Rowrah, and it's ended exactly the way it should be. Close and exciting.
Well, coming next, it is Red Lodge in Suffolk. Fantastic track, tight and twisty, with a big long straight in it as well. It's got a bit of everything, and we'll be there next time. We'll see you then.